Hi everyone, Arlynn here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner. How in the world are you guys doing today? So good to see you again. Well, I'm coming to you today with something a little bit different. I don't know whether you all saw the series of family recipes that Stacy and I did, back in the summertime. If not, I'll put a little exclamation point mark up there in the top right corner, and you guys can go check that out if you want to, where we share some of our favorite recipes that we make on Christmas Eve. Well, I'm here today to share one of my own recipes that we've had for decades now. Somebody Chris used to work with, his wife, made this at one of our, get-togethers when we were younger, and we would always go, to people's houses on the weekends and so on and so forth. And I've had this recipe for over 20 years, and we've tweaked it and made it our own. So I thought you guys might like to see it, and Nancy had called for me to do a little cooking YouTube video. So I thought, well, what the heck, I'm doing this. Kristen is here, and she is actually going to make us fajitas later, which I'm really looking forward to, because if you guys could believe this, I've never had fajitas. Or I've never made fajitas. I've had them once or twice. I've never made fajitas. So I'm gonna learn something from Kristen. And no, she won't do it on camera, sorry. But I will be doing these what I call red potatoes. And all it is, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the ingredients now because there's not very many of them, is a whole bag of red potatoes. You do not have to peel them. You just wash them very, very well, and you cut them into cube-sized pieces, bite-sized pieces. A pound of bacon. Doesn't have to be thick sliced, doesn't have to be thin sliced, doesn't have to be any special sliced, just a pound, a whole pound of bacon. 1 medium onion, yellow onion. I use yellow onions, not sweet onions. Stick of butter, yes, a whole stick. And salt and pepper. Oh, one more thing, a little bit of Old Bay. Now that's gonna seem weird to you guys probably, but this really adds some really good flavor. I sprinkle this on the top. So let me explain what I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna kind of put you into a time lapse a little bit, and I'm just gonna have my video camera recording while I, cook up the bacon and cut up the potatoes. But let me explain how I do it, and then you guys can watch me do it. First thing you do is you cook up the whole pound of bacon in a fry pan. I usually use an electric fry skillet like this. This is my electric fry pan. So I usually use that, fry up the whole pound of bacon, and then leave the grease. This is not a figure-friendly recipe, girls. I'm just gonna tell you right up front, it is not. I have no idea what the calorie count on this is per serving, but I guarantee you it is high. So this is not dietetic in any way. Sorry. So I didn't get this way for, by eating, never mind. Anyway, after your bacon is fried up and drained, cut it up into small pieces and set it aside. And Gracie accents that nicely. Then take your red potatoes, wash them, scrub them if you want, and then cut them into bite-sized pieces, and then add them to the bacon grease. And fry up your potatoes. First of all, I fry up the onion a little bit, cut your onion up, fry up your onion a little bit, and then add your potatoes and fry all that up in the bacon grease that was left over from the bacon. And then add salt and pepper to taste. Transfer it to a 13 by 9 inch that I just washed baking dish, which you'll see in a little while. And then sprinkle it with Old Bay. Sprinkle Old Bay on the top. Bake it for at least an hour until your potatoes are nice and brown and a little bit crunchy. And then when you take it out and right before serving it, you put the butter in slices over the top of it. Yeah, I know, it's really fattening. To be honest with you, probably will not use the whole stick of butter. The lady that gave me the original recipe did, and they were really kind of almost too rich. So I'll probably use like half a stick. So just to tell you that. But anyway, I'm gonna turn my camera, point it down into my frying pan here, and I'm gonna start frying up this bacon and cutting up these potatoes. And y'all watch me put this together. It is delicious, you guys. This recipe is delicious. One hint I will give you, I don't usually put a lot of salt in my recipes. I always need to salt these when I put them on my plate. So you might want to tweak your salt. I really don't even know what the original recipe called for. I just had it in my head and I've just always made it. So just be aware of that, you know, as you're cooking. All right, be right back. Show you how I fry up my bacon and fry up the potatoes and get it all ready to put in the oven. I really enjoy multitasking, especially when I do this recipe. So while my bacon is cooking up here, I'm cutting up my red potatoes. And I already washed them at the sink, have them sitting over here in a bowl ready to cut up. And I just literally, excuse me, everyone got away from me, cut each potato in half pretty much, and then just slice it 3 or 4 ways, and then cut them up into bite-sized pieces. And then I'm going to cut up my onion, and I'm going to put it in a separate bowl so that I can add that to the bacon grease first, and then pretty quick I'll add the potatoes. So I just wanted to explain what I'm doing. It's just, you know, the bacon, cooking the bacon. Also, too, I don't know whether you guys have ever cooked bacon in the oven, but you don't get the grease. The reason I'm doing it here is because you get the grease, and that's what I like to cook the potatoes in. But if you've never done it, cooking bacon in your oven using a, like your broiler pan, putting it into a cold oven, you know, laying out your bacon on the broiler pan, putting it in a cold oven, and I believe, you know what, I can't remember the temperature. We'll have to Google that. I don't remember the temperature. Like 350 or maybe higher, maybe 400, and start it in a cold oven and turn your oven on and let it cook. I believe it takes 15 or 20 minutes, but it is the best bacon, and the fat renders through the, you know, the broiler pan, and it is delicious. So if you've never tried to cook your bacon like that, Google that, you guys, and see how to do that, because it really is very tasty. So, but the reason I'm frying it is to get all this bacon grease right here in one pan. All right, back to my cutting here. Bacon is just about done, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the rest of it out. Like I said, leave the bacon grease. I know. Those of you on diets are cringing right now, and I don't blame you, I am too, but you know, sometimes we just gotta have a little something fattening. As you can see, here's my onions, chopped up small. I'm going to go ahead and throw them in here and just kind of cook them for a little while. You don't even have to cook them till they're like translucent or anything. Just get them started a little bit. All of this is going to cook in the oven anyway, you know, so just kind of push them around in there a little bit and let your kitchen start smelling really good, as if it wasn't smelling good already with all that bacon. Oh my gosh. And then, really, that's all I do. And then I take my potatoes, as you can see, I have them here in this bowl, and carefully, you guys, very carefully start pouring them in. There are times that I've asked for help to do that, to be honest. And you just spread these out, and you just cook them like this for a little while. I'm going to add some salt and pepper here in a second. Sure that. Also, if you haven't already, preheat your oven to 350. Obviously, I did a really stellar job at cutting some of these potatoes over. All those onions mixed in there with everything nicely. And I cook them like this for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes or so. Just messing, you know, just mixing them up every now and again. Add some salt and pepper. I do not know how much I add. Sorry. This is kind of a add what you like, you know. Like I said, I do not ever heavily salt my food. So I do put some salt in this though, because these potatoes seem to just, any potato dish is going to eat up that salt. So I'm going to mix this for about 10 minutes. I thought I wouldn't come back and chat with you guys while I was cooking, but I have been. But I'll be back when I'm ready to go to the next step. I'm just going to be standing here stirring this. I'm going to speed up the camera a little bit. I'll be back. Next thing I'm going to do while this is cooking like this is cut up my bacon. And all I do is really, I just bring it over in one pile, one heap like this. And I just chop it up. I don't measure my pieces. Just chop it up into bite-sized pieces. And then I'm going to add the bacon back into this in just a few minutes. So you'll see me doing that in fast forward. There we go. I'm going to fast forward again. I'll be back. To pour these potatoes into my pan here, and this is a 13 by 9 inch baking dish, not extremely deep. Kristen has come. You're going to see her arm probably. She's going to help me so that I can, or here comes your dad. You want him to do it? I'm going to hold this pan up and she's going to put them into the baking dish. This is not easy to do by yourself. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. Good job. Thank you. Alrighty, there we go. And as you can see, it fills up this bacon dish pretty well. But don't worry about that. It doesn't expand or anything when it cooks, obviously. So, spread them out there. And then I take my Old Bay sprinkle Old Bay all over. It gives it a really nice color, and it gives it a flavor that you kind of go, what is that? What is that flavor? And it's something unexpected, but something that tastes really, really, really good. I'm pretty liberal with the Old Bay. I don't skimp on that. It makes it really good. All right, that's it. I'm going to run over here and stick it in my oven, and I will bake it at 350 for an hour. And then I'll bring it out and I'll show you what they look like at the end. Be right back. Okay, guys, can you hear my oven? It's being a pest. That means that the potatoes are ready, and I'm going to get them out of the oven and bring them over here, set them right here on the counter. Be right back. There they are. Whew. Boy, oh boy, do they look good? Or what? Let me fix my camera a little bit here. All right, like I said, I'm only going to use a half of a stick of butter as opposed to a full stick, like that lady did. And it will melt right down over the top and add more deliciousness to this recipe. I will let these sit out. It's not time for dinner here. I'll let them sit out. And these are almost better if you cook them the day before. And what I'll probably do is stick them back in the oven for a little bit and heat them back up just a little bit, and they are really good when you do that. So, be right back to try one. Let me get a spoon. Hang on. Oh my goodness. These are so good, you guys. I cannot tell you. And a piece of bacon. I'm not going to burn my mouth. So good, you guys. Oh my gosh, so good. You know how some recipes just bring back really good memories? That's one of these. That's what this one does for me. Anyway, that's it. Arlynn's red potatoes. They're really, really good. I highly encourage you to try them if you're not on a diet, that is. But anyway, I'll close this one out. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And Chris is in there finishing my dining room right now, so I think the next video might just be of a little tour of the dining room and the living room all complete. So I will catch you guys later in the week. And I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.